What's going on, trucking junkies? We're in Memphis. Man, Friday, it snowed and our truck was nasty. Look how wide this coil is they stuck on here. And it goes all the way across. Look at that. Man, we were out there in the middle of the cold trying to get this stuff on. Mark's fingers about fell off.
Yeah, they did.
we had to take a couple of warm-up breaks, man. We only needed to throw some chains and put some binders on it. We didn't even have to tarp it. Still had to take some rest. Just get our hands back from being frozen. Just stupid. Ugh. It was pretty bad. You guys stay tuned because we're gonna be answering some questions. I hope you got your question in. I've seen a few, but I can't do that while I'm working. So you guys just sit back and enjoy the work. Coil so big I had to wrap the chain around the ratchet binder, which I don't normally do, but the potential of that chain falling off the deck was high, especially since the deck was full of ice. And we had about that much ice sitting on the deck. This thing was frozen solid. Had to beat on it to get it loose. Oh, that's horrible. Glad I'm back down south. Some of y'all probably wondering why I put these hooks in that chain like that. Can you see them? See? It's so that these won't roll out going down the road. Keep them greased enough to where they'll just vibrate out. Put the chain on it like that and they won't come out. That's why. Oh man. Cool. Done. Yep. So we were waiting in line to get unloaded. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions. I got it pulled up. Well, let's go. We're going to do some questions and some comments. So Mr. Dale Berry says, you should do a video while driving down the road with a student and speak about flatbed trucking terminology and kind of define them: shotgun, suicide, etc. No problem, I can do that. Mr. Dale Berry also said, just curious, if Maverick tells me they will restart the training in spring and they will call me then, do you personally think they are blowing me off? No, I don't. They do this by region. I am in the regional Midwest. We have a regional Southwest. We have a regional East Coast. I think there's some other, there's like flatbed, or there's flatbed division, there's glass division, there's boat divisions. Just depending on where you're gonna go and where you live will depend. And they may have more truck drivers in your area than they need, and they're waiting for people to either leave or retire or whatever. I know the training program is still going because I see students out there all the time. I've got a student on my truck right now. But it all depends on how bad they're backlogged and all of that. Just be patient. I don't think they're blowing you off. They'd tell you if they weren't going to hire you. Trust me, I know this from personal experience. I know people who have been told, no, we're not going to hire you, and they just tell you straight out. Ronnie Hallman, coming to Maverick soon. Hope I can get you a good trainer, someone like you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Richard Griffin. Now I know this person. He goes by Griff. What's up, Richard? He said, out of principle, whenever someone asks a question, I always ask, where do babies come from? Well, Griff, if you don't know that, I can't help you. Jeez, man. Benjamin Ray asks, says, Have you been to Area 51, and what did you haul out there if you have? Like, I have never been to Area 51. I know there's a little restaurant you can go to and see all kinds of like blown up aliens and stuff.
I was just there last summer.
You're just there last summer?
I was.
Yeah. Were there aliens out there?
Did not see any aliens, but the burger was okay.
All right.
And, I was towing a fifth wheel RV.
Yeah. Okay. So they got good burgers. Yeah. Sweet. Let's see. Daily News says, is it possible to stay out 4 weeks at a time and have 4 to 5 days off after that? What are the blood pressure requirements? He's got a couple of questions. What are the blood pressure requirements? And how does Wi-Fi work in your truck? Well, let's go to the first one. Yeah, you can stay out if you want. You just work with your fleet manager. I've known guys that'll stay out for 5 weeks and want to go home for 5 days. If your fleet manager will allow you to do that, do it. If that's what you want to do. You just have to talk to them. They have to be able to do that stuff, okay? Blood pressure requirements. If you have your blood pressure under control, mine's under control with medication. I take a pill every day. Then they'll let you in. If it's too far out of whack, they'll tell you to go back to the doctor and get it under control. And how does Wi-Fi work in the truck? Well, we have a hotspot. Hold on a minute. We have a hotspot. Okay. So Maverick, you can get these from Maverick. It's unlimited, and it runs like $5 a week. So for $20, you can get unlimited Wi-Fi in your truck. And this thing will run all kinds of stuff. I run my phone off of it, my laptop. I upload my videos on it. I run my Xbox off of it, streaming services, all of that stuff. And as long as you can get a signal, you can get Wi-Fi. Let's see. DR7 Lingo. If you are coming to Maverick, can we request you as a trainer, or is that not possible? Okay, so you cannot request me as a trainer. You cannot request me as a trainer. It's basically luck of the draw. Once we get done with a student, we tell them how many weeks off we want from having a student. I usually take 1 to 2 weeks, and it just gives us a break. Look, I got paint on me. I've still got paint on me. God dang. Painted this weekend, but anyway. And then once we tell them that we're ready for another student, we go back into a line, right? There's about 100 of us trainers, and depending on if you're on vacation, got time off request or whatever, you go in a line, and then they try to match you with someone who's going to be like close to you, lives next, pretty close to you, so you can drop them off, or they can stay in a hotel with us not too far from the house. Or smoking, non-smoking, or whether they're male or female. I don't train females, just personal preference for me. I don't think I have no inclinations that they couldn't do this job. I know plenty of females that do. Some females that run circles around these guys out here, but it's just a personal preference for me. It sets my wife's mind at ease. It sets my mind at ease. I don't want any conflicts of interest going on, and that's just my personal preference. So if you come at the right time and I'm available, then the possibility of getting me is high. If I'm not available, if I've already got a student with me, or if I'm on my off time, you won't get me. I'll answer some more later. Come on back. We're going to find out where we're going to go. Find out where this needs to go. Get us another job. Well, if you're trucking, this corner up here is pretty sharp.
For sure. Yeah.
If you're trucking, don't be claustrophobic, because if you get these construction zones like this, you're going to be tight. Look, we're out here at Armorell, and it's windy. So I don't know how much y'all are going to get from me talking out here. Well, that doesn't look good. Man, I told you.
Give it to the 18, man.
Never get the easy stuff.
Give it to the 18.
Criminy. Means we're gonna have to move these boards.
Yeah.
Grab that front one.
Front one, right there.
Now put it about halfway between that board and the front. There you go. Come on back here. He'll tell us if he needs them moved or not.
What's the story about getting up on this trailer to get corner protectors in place?
We'll do that after we get out of the scale.
Okay, got it.
That in needs to go that way just a little bit. That's close. It's close enough to the middle to where we'll be fine.
I'll do that.
As you saw, we're back on the road. Let me do some more comments since he's driving and I'm not. Truck with Tony. What's up, Tony? He said that snow was a dusting. Well, he lives in Kansas, and they deal with a lot of snow over there. You know, a foot of snow is not much for him, so he can stay his butt right over there in Kansas and deal with that crap. It says Gary Duncan said, "How is the drive on snow and ice?" Well, it's when you got weight on you, it's okay. When you're empty, it's a little hairy. It's fine. You just have to take your time, be slow. You know, you don't want to get a little squirrely, so you just slow down, take your time. He also asked, do we use chains? I don't use chains. I don't go anywhere where I need chains. We've got some USA drivers that drive over the road in the United States. Boat division, USA division. They carry chains with them, but I don't carry chains. Jeremy Feder asked, he said, you mentioned you worked at Walmart previously as a manager. Any thoughts on driving for them? Said you obviously already know the perks, benefits of the company more than any of us. Well, I do. Would I ever go drive for them? If I did, if this got to where it was just too much, right, for my body or whatever, you know, if I was slowing down and couldn't do the work, then yeah, I'd probably go to Walmart. It's as a Walmart driver, it's 100% drop and hook. You don't have to mess with any freight at all. The only problem is they've got a few rules that I don't agree with. But you know, if you can deal with it, they pay pretty good. So the number one, they don't let you talk on your phone. You can only talk for 10 minutes at a time, up to an hour a day. All right, even with a headset, they don't want you on your phone at all. Number two, if there's more drivers in your distribution center than they've got trucks, then you do what's called a slip seat, and the truck is not yours. You have to clean it out every time you get out of it. So if I were to pick up a truck in the morning, go do all of my deliveries, and then we're going to go home at night, I'd clean it completely out, take all my stuff with me, because it may not be the truck that I picked up in the morning. It just is what it is. Now Walmart, at one point, they were trying to get it to where you're only going like 200 miles out, 200 miles back, 200 miles out, 200 miles back. Depending on what kind of store you've got, they call it a hub distribution and very seldom anymore do you get more than one store on a truck at a general merchandise DC. Now, if it's a grocery DC where you're hauling fruits and vegetables, stuff like that, frozen, and then dairy, those a lot of times will have multiple stores on it because you don't need a whole truckload of those things, right? But those are normally not hauled by Walmart truck drivers. Those are usually done by specialty companies like Martine, KLLM, other Great Wide, and they deal a lot with frozen dairy stuff and reefers, so they know how to deal with all that. There's not a lot of times where you'll see a Walmart truck driver hauling frozen dairy. Let's see, Twintaff, I hope I get that right. Why don't Maverick Freightliner brakes squeal like cats when you're applying brakes to come to a slopper to slow down? Says I know the Crete Freightliner squeal like cats when the brakes are applied. I don't know. Maybe we got better mechanics. I don't know. maybe they need to check that out. Let's see if you can't. Let's see. Lance Smith saying if you can't park at Maverick Yard on a Friday at home, where can you park? It just depends on the area that you're in. So like when I lived in Peavy, which is about 30 miles from our terminal, there was a truck stop there that I could park at. Walmart had a dead end right there I could park at. But then there was also a dead end at the end of my cul-de-sac, or my subdivision, and I could park my trailer down there. The last road going in had a wide enough lip on it where I could get the truck of the trailer down that little road, and then back it up into the dead end, unhook it, put my lock on it, and then take my truck to the house. You just have to find a place to park. Nicholas, and the last one is Nicholas Collins. It says, can we come swimming in your pool this summer? Well, I would say if I was having a pool party and you wanted to come swim, I'd say yeah. But my wife's not going to like it if I'm not at home. So I'm going to say probably going to find a pool near you, right? But anyway, that was all the comments. If you got anything else you want to ask me, go ahead and ask me down in the comments. I'll try to get back to you. We may do this again. I like all the comments. We're going to get to North Little Rock, probably parking for the night, and then off to Oklahoma in the morning.